Okay, what most people get wrong in an Ironman, and it's a thing you need to train, is nutrition. If you really want to have a bad day, is when things start coming out the top and out the bottom, or both at the same time. And this is all due to nutrition. Okay? So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to give you a bit of a background on how you should be eating on race morning and during training. Okay, so the fourth discipline in Ironman is all nutrition. Recovery is the most important part of training. Without effective recovery, training means nothing. So you break down in training, you get fitter in recovery. You do not get fitter by training. So that's why it's critical to train scientifically and smartly. If you go and hammer yourself every day, you're actually getting unfitter. Sounds stupid, but it's actually true. Your body only recovers in response to training through recovery. So that is resting, eating, massaging, stretching. So muscle glycogen, I'm not going to get too technical here, is carbohydrates, is a primary source of energy and must be replaced immediately after training. Remember that 20 minutes is the optimum time after training to start replenishing. Proteins are needed to rebuild the muscle and the connective tissue. Your body cannot absorb a protein without carbohydrate. So you can't now just go and eat a protein straight on its own afterwards. The body can't assimilate that properly without having the carbohydrate to cross the cell wall. Okay, so all these people now that are telling you only eat protein and fats, try and raise Ironman on only protein and fats. I promise you, you ain't going to get very far. Healthy fats are needed for the immune system. Those are your omegas, so your fishes, your nuts, all those type of things are your healthy things. Vitamins and minerals are needed from your unprocessed foods. Those are just to help again with the muscle contractions, all due to minerals and salts and all those type of things. Okay, so before workout nutrition. Nutrition must be taken first thing in the morning because your blood sugar has dropped low. You slept 8 hours. Your last time you ate was 8 hours before. You want to go out the door and go and ride 2 hours and you're not taking anything because you're trying to lose weight, you're actually not going to get very far at all. Okay? You will not recover for the next day, and you're actually then wasting your time to go and train your swimming in the afternoon or your training session the next day because you're actually just depleting your muscle glycogen even further. So your muscle energy is just getting less and less and less. You need to aim for 200 to 400 calories. So it's of medium GI carbohydrate. So that's very technical stuff. Classical example, a banana is a fast burner. An apple is a slow burner. So you don't want to go and, it's great to race in a banana and during the day because your body assimilates it fast, but it's not something you should be eating throughout the day because it burns too fast and it does not give you sustained energy. And that is what causes weight gain. And that's this whole concept behind it. If you want to chat to me afterwards, we can go through it in a lot more detail. Smaller frames, less, bigger frames, more. Alternatively, eat. Okay, so we're talking about now eating 2 hours before. So most of us are getting at 4:30 and we have to be at work by 7:30. To wake up at 3 o'clock to eat a meal, crazy. Not going to happen. You're not going to train too long doing that. Your wife's going to murder you and you're going to keep falling asleep at work. So then all you need to do though is eating the gels, you should go together, or the chomps, with 500 ml of water, or your sports drink, 15 minutes before you go out to start training. That means that's in your system, so when you started training, you've got energy to start training on. You're not pulling your muscle glycogen to fuel that. You're actually getting glycogen in your blood to start training with. Okay, if you have that, you're looking at 200 calories straight off the bat to go and start training on. Okay, during workout nutrition, less than 1 hour, water is perfect. You actually can't burn enough energy. You don't need extra. Obviously, I'm talking now, you must have eaten, but if you're going to go and ride only for an hour, or go and swim for only for an hour, you don't have to now take extra energy. Water is fine. Longer than 1 hour, add liquids in the form of a high GI sports drink, which is obviously going to be in the course, which is good, between 500 ml to 1 liter per hour, depending on your sweat rate. Now, I'm an excessive sweater, so I'm at the top end of the scale. If you're not, and you're a smaller lady, you can be on the bottom end of the scale. but you need to teach your body to get used to doing it with this nutrition. As the session gets longer, you need to add extra calories plus liquids. So you're looking at 120 calories per hour from a session of 1 hour 30, or as much as 5 calories per hour if you're training for a 6-hour session. If you're doing a brick session on a Saturday, you need to be taking 600 calories if you're a big guy from the beginning. You can't want to start adding that later. So if you're a smaller lad, you're looking at least 200 to 300 calories from the first hour, because you're going to be going for 6 hours. Okay, so I'll go through what that equates to in energy drinks and gels and everything a little bit later. Okay, focus on drinking that has both moderate and high carbohydrates in. That is the difference between a South African product, I'm not going to name names, and the top products, which are Power Bar, Cider Max, Goo, which are imported products. The research that goes into that and the formulation of those and the releasing into your stomach is what makes the difference. What most of the South African products do is they put the simple sugars in, which are cheap, but they pick you up and drop you fast. So you might feel great for 15 minutes, but then straight after that you start, your muscle glycogen or your blood sugars drop low and you need to now eat again. Where these other drinks are giving you both the fast and the slow, and it's designed to work to give you sustained energy. Okay, drinks are absorbed quicker than meals. So on an Ironman it's different, but on a 70.3 you shouldn't be having to take in that much more solids or bananas or sandwiches. That's why we didn't even offer it to you on the course, because you should get away with just on gels, bars and liquids. Follow with the solids. So as you finish training, you want to take a liquid because it gets into the body faster than your body having to process a solid meal to recover on. So as you finish training, you take a recovery drink. And one of the best recovery drinks you can do is the little chocolate milkshake. Perfect. Try and get the low fat one. But again, there's no minerals and salts and vitamins in that. So that's the difference between a good quality recovery drink. You're getting a full balance of everything. Where the chocolate milk is giving you your proteins, your carbohydrates, and the fats in the right quantities, or close to, but it's not giving you the extras that most of these other products have in. But if you want to go on a slightly cheaper recovery drink, that works well. Okay, then within 30 minutes you need to eat a solid meal. Okay, so if you look in the morning, you're getting off your bike at 7 o'clock, drink your recovery drink within 15 minutes. By the time you hit work, you must have eaten a solid meal, be it that you eat it at work or you're taking the car with you, so that you're having your first meal. Don't now leave that until lunchtime before you have your first solid meal. Okay, natural food sources are a lot better, both in calories, so they're not empty kilocalories. So your body assimilates it, it stays better than processed foods and sugars. So all those cereals, all those lovely things are all processed foods. Anything that you can pick in its natural environment or eat from the natural environment that hasn't been processed is a lot better for your body than something that's gone through a box. If you get it out of a box or a can, not so great. But it's better than not eating. Vegetable foods, good quality proteins from fish and etc. are good. Do not overeat in one sitting. It takes 15 to 20 minutes for your body or your brain to actually get told that you're full. And that's the biggest problem with weight gain. And especially when you start tapering to race. You burn food lovely in all this training and all the peak training, but the last 3 weeks, if you start training, you must train the same. If you were training 3 times a day, you still train 3 times a day, and you still try and keep the intensity there, but you bring your duration down. So your body doesn't suddenly go into shock of doing three day session, and now you suddenly do nothing, or only 1 day a session. But obviously you're not burning as much energy, so you need to reduce the amount of food you're taking in the last 3 weeks. Okay, you don't want your weight to drop, but you don't want it to gain weight either. So just keep checking that. First thing every morning, empty bladder, get on the scale before you go training, obviously, and check that your weight is staying constant. Keep your blood sugar constant, but not letting yourself get hungry. So it's better to eat 6 small meals a day as an athlete than to have 3 huge meals a day, and the ladies will skip breakfast, have a small lunch, and then want to eat at night, or they do the reverse of that. Okay, so do not make any one meal bigger than the next one. If you can get that right, you actually got it down. The best snacks you can have are nuts, berries, and seeds. So always keep a handful of those at work. So if you start feeling that your blood sugar is dropping low, then you grab that that's high in protein. It gives you sustained energy, and you don't go and then want to go and snack on a chocolate or cake that someone's brought to work or something like that. Okay, so using goo as part of nutrition. As an 8 kilogram athlete, that's me, with a very high sweat rate, this is how I train on goo product. Okay, for 48 hours before the race, you get the electrolyte drinks. What most people do is they'll go and drink a hell of a lot of water in the last 2 days. But that actually leaches all the electrolytes out of your body. You don't want to drink a liter of water on its own. And that's another thing that people like doing, even in training. They think, okay, they've been told they must drink 2 liters a day. They go and drink water and water and water, and water is actually toxic. If you can add an electrolyte drink to it, so it's just the little tabs you drop in there in effervescent, that gives you, the body can actually store the water. It actually stores it better, and it crosses the cell wall better with the electrolytes in the drink. So what I do is I have 2 tabs in a 500 ml bottle. I have one in the morning, one in the afternoon, in the 2 days build up to a major race. Race morning, I wake up 2.5 hours before, and then I would have a medium to a high GI breakfast. What I do now is I eat Future Life. It's a great breakfast if you like that type of thing. Or a bagel with jam, and you can put a little bit of cheese to slow down, because a bagel and the jam are simple sugars, but the cheese is a protein that will slow down. So that's what people also get it wrong. If you add a protein or a bit of fat to a simple carbohydrate, it actually slows it down, makes it a higher GI food. Okay. Half an hour before the start, I start sipping. If I'm doing a 70.3 in IRONMAN, I actually use the GU Ultra Endurance one, which is the Roctane. Okay, it just gives you more energy per bottle, because I'm a bigger guy. What's going to be on the course is the lighter one, which is the GU Electrolyte Brew, which gives you fewer kilocalories. Okay, so if you look at there, per bottle, the big one, the Roctane, gives you 240 kilocalories of calories of energy. Then, just before the start, I then take with water, I'll take a normal gel. Okay. Drink at least 500 ml, as no nutrition or hydration can take place in the swim. Okay, obviously for me that's an IRONMAN swim with a wetsuit, not without a wetsuit. But you need to work out, but even at 70.3, most of us will be 30 minutes plus. So you can take no nutrition in out there. And if you're unlike me, which we'll see in a few minutes, the first 50 minutes on the bike, you might be feeling a bit seasick or unsettled and you can't take nutrition. Luckily that doesn't happen to me. I can start eating straight off the bat. So you're looking at 45 minutes of no nutrition if you are the average person out there. So you're looking at 340 calories for an ultra race to 240 calories for a shorter race before you even start this one, that you want to get into your body. Over and above your breakfast which you had earlier. Okay. As I say, most people find it difficult to take nutrition straight off the swim. So sip water for 15 minutes until you can start your normal race strategy. At least you're getting liquids in, so you can start sipping on the water. Luckily, I don't have that problem. I can start straight away. So I will start straight away with a Roctane gel. As I get in my transition bag, I take a Roctane gel and some water, and then I start off, which gives me a big boost off the bike. Okay, so if you're looking at 1.5 bottles of a 750 ml bottle of Roctane per hour, that gives me 360 calories. Okay, a bigger person, or some people that can take in more, I can't, you can go up to 500 calories. A lady, you're going to be between 150 to 200. Okay, so that's why I say you need to work this out. Go and read the labels, work it out, how many, that tells you how many ounces, convert ounces to milliliters, and see how much you need to take of this. Okay, so 1 Roctane gel every 45 minutes for me with 100 ml of water. Why water? Because the concentration of the gel, and you go through the concentration of the energy drink together, that's going to come out the top. Because if you can remember it to school days, osmolality, high concentration, low concentration, pulls the water then out your body into the stomach, because the high concentration is in your tummy. And that's what happens in IRONMAN. The guys keep on throwing all this food in, and they're not actually taken in, and the stomach gets full. It pulls the water out your body into your stomach, and it's got to go one or two ways. Okay. If I feel like it, and I want something solid, I replace then the gels for chops, which are little tablets, not tablets, little soft goo things. A little spongy, they're on separate ones here. So what are going to happen on the cycle at Berlin, turn around, you'll get the gels, and you'll get and the little packet of four. Four of the goos, of the choms, equals to one gel. So you need to eat 4 of those choms in a place of 1 gel to get the same amount of energy. But you need to take that in with water, as I said, around that time. If you want to take in more calories per hour on the bike, you want to take in more because you are partial weight bearing. So your body can absorb more while you are cycling because you can send more blood to your stomach while you're cycling because you're not carrying your full body weight. Once you start running, most of your blood will then go to your extremities because you're carrying your body and as you get the oxygen there, it's not going to go to the stomach, so your stomach's not going to empty as fast, and then it's going to go one or two ways. So you've got to then take in fewer calories on the run side of it. Okay, so there on the run, here's what I do. 1 cup of goo electrolyte brew, 150 mils, every second aid station. Remember I said every 2 Ks, there's an aid station. So every second aid station, I will take the energy drink. The alternate one, I'll sponge myself and take small sips of the normal water in the sachets. And then once every 10 Ks, I will take a Roctane gel or a normal gel, depending on yourself, at the aid station with water, which then gives you the 200 calories per hour. So I'm taking 160 calories less per hour on the run than I was doing on the bike. Okay, 1 drink of Roctane Recovery or Goo Recovery brew within 50 minutes. At the finish line aid station, there's going to be a recovery drink. So you can go there and get your drink straight away. I take that within 50 minutes after training every morning. I take my recovery drink if it has been a session longer than 2 hours. If it's not a session longer than 2 hours or a speed work session, then your body doesn't need it. Then you can go straight into your solid meal. Because then you're going to take in too much energy because you haven't burnt that much while you were training. Okay, if you're doing shorter races, then obviously you can substitute then the normal electrolyte brew and goo energy gels with the Roctane Endurance. Roctane Endurance is a lot more expensive, but you're getting a lot more energy per bottle. So if you worked it out, you would have to almost double the quantities. I would have to drink, instead of 1.5 bottles per hour of normal goo, I'd have to drink 3 liters of, your body can't take in 3 liters per hour. And that is why for a bigger guy, I go on Roctane instead of the other one. But again, if you're taking bars, that's different. You've got to work this out to you. Or if you wanted to have Omar's favorite cookie in the back that you're used to training on it, you can do all these things. But you need to do it in training. So your brick sessions are the critical place where you train your nutrition. Okay, that's a long talk. Okay, I'm not going to go through this. At the shop, it will explain to you exactly, those are the brew, what's in the brew. But read through those things and research those things, what the amino acids are, what are those things. And that's what makes the difference between these drinks and other drinks. That's your Roctane gel, what's in there, and how to take it. That's your normal goo, which will be on the course. In IRONMAN, I think they're going to have a Roctane aid station where you can get that, but they're not doing it at the 70.3. That's your brew drink again. Those are the tabs I said you drop in your water bottles the 2 days prior to. You can even, if you find you cramp a lot, and there's no research that shows it's due to electrolytes, but if you do believe it is that, you can drop those into for extra electrolytes into your energy drinks as well on your bike. Okay, those are the chomps. That is the normal packet that you buy at the shop. There are 8 in there, so that equates to 2 gels. So what we're going to do is, on the cycle, you'll get the sample bag, which will have 4 in, which equates to 1 gel. So you can they'll give you an open bag, so you can then take them out as you require them. At the aid stations, they're going to have gloves and they'll hold out individual gels. So you then can take one of those every second aid station, or you can take 2 every second aid station, so you can space out your gels. But just remember, 4 equals to 1 gel. It's always better, when I race as well, I'll put my gels into a flask with a bit of water, so it's a lot easier to take it down. And then I'll take sips on it. So then I don't have to remember every 10 minutes now, or sorry, every 15 minutes to take a half one, or every 45 minutes to take a full one. To get that whole gel down in one is difficult. So then I space it out. Okay, and that's the end of it.